Hello, 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 friends, and welcome to IHKC Live, where Innovate Her KC, we talk about issues that are affecting women plus leaders, and we talk about very cool things, one of which is the 2023 Innovate Her Gift Guide. We actually launched that this morning, and so we're wanting to talk about makers and creating products and services and why it's important to support local. And today we have with us a fabulous entrepreneur from the Kansas City area, a longtime innovator, one of our OGs, one of my favorite people. We're going to be talking to Katie Mabry Van Dieren of the Strawberry Swing Indie Craft Fair and Shop Local KC and Truist Market Collective and all kinds, Truistapalooza and all kinds of amazing community initiatives. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Katie up. I am going to go ahead. Hello, hello.
It's a miracle. We're together.
I know, it's amazing. Well, and so first things first, Katie, I want to talk about you a little bit. Oh. And I want to ask you, so talk to us about your passion for makers and talk to us a little bit about what you do. I want to hear it all.
Okay, well, let me preface this with the fact that I'm actually working in my store. So if you hear me go, hello, welcome, it means someone has come in. So don't think I'm just spacing off talking to someone in the ether realm. No, I'm really, truly in my store. So today, as a true entrepreneur will do, I'm working as a shop girl because we have offsite stuff where the girl who normally is here, my manager, went and did that. So my passion is to support local artists and makers. So we started the Strawberry Swing. Heather Baker started it back in 2011 as a way to get local artists and makers together to sell their stuff at Not Your Grandma's Craft Fair. So there was this big craft fair called Renegade that went to all the big cities like LA and London and Austin, Texas even, and Chicago, but it never came here. And so the Strawberry Swing was started to kind of have something like that here in town. So we're in our 13th year. I can't believe it.
Well, so you said something really interesting there, and I want to drill down. You said a lot of really interesting things, but what do you mean by Not Your Grandma's Craft Fair? What does the Strawberry Swing bring to the table?
Okay, so like indie, hip, cool items that in the past, I don't think there was enough technology where we could create things. I'm going to be showing you some of them, but here's it. We have all this technology now that we can create really beautiful items that before you could only find in stores that had big factories and stuff. So it's not just quilting. I mean, some of it is quilting, of course, but it's not just things that you used to find in craft shows of the past. It's more things like printable gift card, or not gift cards. What am I trying to say? Greeting cards, keychains like this one I'll show you later. Fun things that usually a local person, a small person like me wouldn't be able to do because you'd need a big factory. Now we have so much technology. So hip, cool, indie, that's kind of what indie means, independent too. That's kind of what we mean when we say that. And yeah, we've just grown and grown and grown. And now we're in our 13th year. I was going to show you my little flyer.
Well, we're real quick. Speaking of growth, talk to us about you've got a market going on right now. You've got a store that you're talking to us from. Talk to us some of the other things that you're doing. And actually, I want to see the store. I have personally been into the store many times.
There's no one here right now, so I should probably do it when there's no one here. So they're not like, what? Okay, so we branched off in COVID in 2021 to, so I owned Shop Local KC, the domain, for a very long time and was pointing it at the Strawberry Swing. But when COVID hit, we did not know what we were going to do because they told us we couldn't have our events. And all of our makers had already, signed up and were ready to go for our spring swing where they make a chunk of change for their year. And so we launched Shop Local KC, an online marketplace, and we put all of the vendors on there. And then that was 2020. In 2021, I opened my first shop at 36 in Maine. And then in 2022, I opened my second shop in Leawood. And then in 2023, I opened Crown Center. And now what I'm standing in, Brookside, I just opened in September. So we have closed the Midtown one. Sorry, the streetcar put us down. It was just awful. The construction is so bad. And that's a conversation for another time because they give no help to small business like us. Off my preacher pedestal now. But then Leawood will be closing at the end of the month because it's just a little too hard to have a store and a bank as much as we tried. We're inside of NBKC, who we love. But it's just too hard to have a storefront and a bank. So you can find us in Brookside, We're at 6245 Brookside Plaza, right next to Michael Forbes, and we're in Crown Center on the second floor. But what we have here is all locally made goods. So you can see some innovators right here. This is Beautifelt. She's Jess Bundy. I'm pretty positive she's an innovator. We just have so much good stuff here.
Well, and a lot of it, like to your point, a lot of it is made by women plus makers. And so when we talk about per KC, that's who we serve.
Exactly.
We serve women and gender minorities. So anybody who does not identify as cisgender dude, basically. And that's who we serve. It's specialization. But one of the things that we love to do.
Not your grandma's craft fair. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need to put in explicit anybody who's watching. But at any rate, well, no, it's not like I don't drop F-bombs on the show. Come on now.
Oh, someone at the swing this weekend, Lauren. Oh, I should have got you it. They had it was the singed cuff. Her name is Lauren Weinhold. She might be a Weinhold. She might be an innovator, but she had a silver necklace she'd made that looked like a bomb, and it had an F stamped on it. It was an F. I gotta get you.
I do love anybody who knows me and like talks to me in person knows that I love the F-bomb because it's such a versatile, passionate word. All right, so back to it. Now, I want to talk to you, Katie. Like you talked about the pandemic being hard on makers and the fact that like nobody had anywhere to go. But the fact is, like being a maker is just difficult. It's a hard thing to do. It's a very cool thing to do. But, talk to us a little bit about what makers and artisans and people who are kind of creating these products that you curate, how are they feeling right now going into this holiday season?
It's been hard, actually. I think that I just did an interview with KCUR about this. The sales are down this year, especially at our outdoor holiday shows, just different from last year. I think that I don't know if it's because of the economy or if it's because sales were inflated the last year because we encouraged so many people to finally come out after they've been stuck at home and like ordering things online. I don't know if sales were inflated the last years, or if this is just something that's reflecting. But I've been hearing that sales are similar, if not a little lower to last year at my holiday event. So come on out and see us. We'll be there this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. These makers work so hard, and this is how they do it. So really supporting them. Like I said, you can get things that, maybe you could find something like that online somewhere, but we've got it too.
Well, and in supporting Shop Local KC and in supporting Katie and the makers that Katie supports, there's like an exponential effect. But
thousands, millions.
Hashtag Shop Local. The fact is, when we spend our dollars with local individuals who create these great products and services, we are lifting up and we are empowering our own economy. And that's a really, really powerful thing to do. We are helping these people that we care about who live next door to us or sometimes live in our house. Or we're helping these people support themselves. You hear the meme about like sending your kid to dance lessons that you can afford because
we do a happy dance. We do a happy dance.
Yeah. So
I literally do a happy dance every time someone comes in. So you might see me do it here.
Yeah. Well,
I just spoke to Mark, Mid-America Regional Council about the environmental impacts of shopping local because they're so concerned about that. And one of the things that is so important about shopping local is it really does have a good environmental impact because we are not flying things, like a big box store is flying airplanes full of things across the world and from here to China to here. And so when you're shopping local, the person is going and getting things at a local hobby store, maybe even riding their bike. Like I live down the street from my shop here in Brookside, so I can ride my bike here or walk. I could walk. It might take a little bit, but those kind of economic and environmental impacts are so important. And just getting to know the people in these shops, you get to know the person who makes it. And so that's so great for the community.
And you get to hear those stories probably every day. And right now, every weekend you've got the market and it's in City Market this year, right?
No, it's at Crown Center.
Okay, so it's in Crown Center. Like you've got vendors who are trying to do their big push for around the holidays because this is a big
Yes.
season. So
It's so
highly
wonderful.
encourage that you check it out. I always spend way too much money that I don't have at these things, but
You
there's
need
a
to
lot of
come see us,
satisfaction.
Laura, and come spend all your monies.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
all the
Friday.
money. Well, because it's worth it. You know,
It's
they're
Friday.
cool products.
You can get a parking pass too from us. There's parking garages, so you just park in the parking garage. And the Strawberry Swing table has all the parking passes so that you don't have to pay to park. But we are there Friday from 4 to 9. This is Crown Center Square, like where the mayor's Christmas tree is, and the ice skating rink. And we have fire pits and marshmallow roasting and mulled wine. So 4 to 9 Friday. Saturday, 10 to 8 p.m. And then Sunday, 10 to 4 is our last day. I do also think that the sales may have been impacted because it's rained or snowed every weekend up until now.
Ugh.
So who knows? It could have been weather.
So let's close it out strong,
Yeah.
right? Let's definitely make sure that we are supporting local, supporting Katie, innovators like Katie. So one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, so this gift guide, right? Every year we have been releasing the Innovate Her gift guide since 2019. And we do that because we really, really want to highlight the incredible work that some of our members are putting out into the world. And so I want to talk about that a little bit. I think that you've got some items that we have in the gift guide, or, we have some items that are from the different makers. And so I wanted to just kind of talk about, so like the first the Innovate Her gift guide, it's put into different categories and we have shared links. Friends, incidentally, if you're watching, don't hesitate to ask questions. We can certainly, and I do want to show you this, Katie. It looks like we got a go from Laura, but keep your questions coming. Like if you have questions on where to find things, how to connect with these different makers, how to, park at the swing, don't hesitate to let us know in the comments. I am reading them. Cynthia, our executive producer, is much better at managing these things than I am, but I'm going to do the best. So, all right. So the gift guide has several sections, and the first one is fashion and beauty. And I don't actually know if we have anything, but we have a stuff from Cherry Co. I think.
Let me give you one thing I have from them. I have one thing.
Yeah.
All out. Okay. Sorry, I ate a bit of a candy cane and I choked on it. Cherry is at our Crown Center store. So this is the one last thing I have at Brookside.
Well, so Cherry Co. is owned by Thaila, an incredible founder here in the Kansas City area. Hold on, Katie. has a sportswear and apparel company. She does have a licensing contract with KC Current, and of course we love the KC Current because we love women's stuff. But so in the gift guide, we have the "Don't Let the Skirt Fool You" t-shirt. I own it. I wear it a ton. It's one of my faves. But definitely you can head down to Shop Local KC, pick up that KC Current shirt, look for Cherry Co. And support them where you can. We have a really interesting, Katie's just gone. We have a really, really interesting product, and it's by a maker by the name of Hina Khan. And she's just I think she's getting her feet under her. So she does custom jewelry and handbags, and they're super cool. They've got like a really, really gorgeous flair. They tend to be really dramatic. So definitely check her out as well. I also have a couple of the products from the gift.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not just the one who puts it together every year. I'm also a user. I get this stuff. So here, this is an inspiring card deck, and it's from the Small Changes, Big Shifts Foundation. And that is Dr. Michelle Robin is a chiropractor and holistic wellness expert within the innovator community. So she has put together, and there are several different kinds. This is the inspiring quotes one. The one that we feature in the guide is actually called Snackables. Well-being snackables, and it's basically saying every day you have like some area of wellness to focus on, whether that's mental, emotional, spiritual, and like they give you little tasks and inspiration and things that you can do. You can invest 5 minutes a day in your personal wellness to help people make a habit. We've got a body wash, and I love this company. So Mock Bod, the founder, one of the founders is Christy Vincent with Startland. Of course, I have a love.
I've not heard of this either. This is so exciting for me.
But so the Stress body wash is actually, so Mock means masculine of center. And so Christy identifies as masculine of center, but has created a gender neutral fragrance series. They've got a body wash, and it's for people. And I loved this because sometimes, like, I don't wear super feminine scents a lot.
Yeah,
and
same.
like, so it's for folks who are tired of having to choose like these super feminine or these super masculine smells. It's just like, let's put the two together. Let's get some amazing fragrances going, you know? So we got that. We've got some cool stuff in there. I wanted to talk to you a little bit. So you know Anita Easterwood.
I do. Oh, Anita, she's so talented.
Yeah.
I met her first, I think, through Truth Market Collective. I think the first time I met her, she took part in Truth to Palooza. So I've watched her blossom and grow so much.
Well, and she's got a mural around town, but she's this amazing artist.
And her dad is also an artist. So she and her dad both are artists.
Yes, they did that. They did that I Am mural. Like, they do incredible work. But so Anita does this really, really amazing. She has this really amazing style, and we have a Billie Holiday print with a mat. So it looks like it's going for about $50. But you know, finding ways to support local artists. Artists are business people too. They really have to hustle. They have to sell themselves and their products. So let's make sure that we support.
And what is life without art, Lauren?
Right? Exactly.
Topical discussion about this. Like, there is no life without art.
There is no life without art, and we need artists to get us there.
Yeah, we do.
I wanted to talk to you about grief cards. So Madison Clark is the founder, and I think that this is such a cool concept. The card that we put in the guide is called "Bitch Slap Kinda Day," which I think is great. And I mean, it's about life giving you lemons. It's a very cool card. Yeah. But so what Madison wants to do is she kind of wants to change the way we conversate around grief. And I don't know, Katie, if you've ever lost someone close to you, or you have a friend who did, do you ever struggle to like say things that feel sincere and real? And
it's like, what do you say? Because it's so hard, and you know everyone else is saying the exact same thing. And then
they're tropes. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. I struggle with that. And so Madison has created this really awesome line of cards that actually say things that you really want to say to people. Like, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time, one breath at a time. Here, I'll do it with you. Breathe in, breathe out. Like, if you were to get a card from somebody and you're going through some tough shit, like, wouldn't that make you feel better? And as the giver, wouldn't it make you feel better to say something to someone that like feels real?
I'm here with you. I'm helping you. I feel
that. So definitely check out grief cards. They're in the gift guide. You know, I do want to talk to you, and please don't let my very Jewishness sway you in any way. But I feel like maybe you have a product in the store that you'd like to tell us about.
I do.
Maybe the guide.
The thing I've realized is, you know, what people do, what people know. So it's kind of also another thing about life. You know, if you don't know things, then it's hard for you to do things. What I found was a lot of people forget that there are other religions at these holiday times. And so I have a husband who has been raised Jewish. And so I know I need to get my mother-in-law items, even though I wasn't raised Jewish. So I am very intentional about putting things for my Jewish friends in this shop, because it's not fair. Everywhere you go, it's all Christmas. But we got some fun stuff.
Shakalatka.
As we know, these are the latkes that are traditional Jewish potato fritters that are the best. It's Hanukkah right now.
So good. I'm still mastering my latke recipe, and I often use mashed potatoes, which is like a no-go. It's delicious, but that's not the way you're supposed to do it. Like, to be a real latke, it has to be the shredded potatoes.
It has to be the shredded potatoes.
And there's this debate, and Aaron and I get into it every single time I make latkes. But there's this debate, and it's an age-old debate: sour cream or applesauce.
Both.
Which one do you put on your latkes?
I do both.
You freak of nature.
I love both of those things so much. I am a sour cream freak. Like, I would put sour cream on anything. So I do both. My mother-in-law, who's Jewish, also does this meal that I don't know. She's also Dutch. So I don't know if this is like a Dutch thing or a Jewish Dutch thing, but she also does this meal at Hanukkah we call it zirkel. And it's like mashed potatoes with sauerkraut, sausages, and meatballs that are like this
Oh
big.
my God, that sounds amazing.
Oh, and then she has a latkes on the side with the applesauce and everything. And matzo ball.
Nice. I gotta tell you, and they're gonna take away my Jew card, but I have never been a huge fan of matzo ball soup. It's like Jewish penicillin, and it's good for everything that ails you, and I've just never been about it. But I'll tell you what, though, here's what redeems me. My grandmother made the best brisket ever.
Brisket.
Thank you, brisket's good.
Yeah, I want some brisket too.
My grandma's.
Oma puts that in her. Also, how cute is this? Oh my God.
What was that? Happy little holiday.
So it doesn't say just Merry Christmas, but it says
very nice. We of course love Bob Ross.
Yeah, and you can't tell, but it's 3D. I mean, these stick out a little bit. And this is IHKC. She's, I think, an innovator too. I just have a bunch of fun things like that.
Yeah, well,
everybody loves Carly Ray. Here's a Carly Ray candy cane card.
Nice. Carly Ray, also an Innovate Her KC member.
Yes,
I do want to draw everyone's attention to this little beauty right here. So a spoonful of sugar plum gift guide. It is by executive producer of IHKC Live, Cynthia Fales. But Cynthia Fales is also an entrepreneur and a prolific author and owns Launch Great Publishing. And so we wanted to make sure that we featured one of her amazing. She has a lot of books, guys.
What is that one about? Can you please read me the back?
It is a Christmas. It's kind of a romance novel, but it's about a doctor who meets a guy who doesn't like Christmas very much, and they cut through a series of complicated romantic events, come to appreciate each other as well as the gift of the energy and the vibe of the holidays. So definitely check out A Spoonful of Sugar Plums. We've also got Dr. Nicole Price wrote Spark the Heart. That is, I believe, her latest incarnation. We've got some really amazing books.
These are all Innovate Hers. How incredible.
I know. I always get so excited because I'm like, look at what we did. Look at all of these amazing people. We've got some foodie stuff. And I think last year, I know that you used to stock Good, Bitter, Best, which was...
Oh, yeah. I have Good, Bitter, Best. Is she here? She's at Crown Center, not at Brookside right now, but she will be here when she's at my Leewood store, too. Those are amazing.
She does these really creative bitters and aromatics for cocktails. And she had a walnut one, I think. And there was...
Cherry cacao. Cherry.
I've got the smoky bacon one for sure. I put that in my Bloody Marys. Thank you very much. But for the bourbon lover in your life, this year we put a box called It's All About the Bourbon from Hustle and Ground. And they put together gift boxes. They've got a bourbon ball sampler pack, maple bourbon pecans, and there are some really cool boxes there to help you invest in your self-care and take care of the people that you love. And I just love it. We have up in there, and I didn't even know that Parkville Coffee did this.
What do they
do? You've got they make their own coffee beans. Oh. And I had no idea. They've got a Christmas on the River blend from Parkville Coffee.
That's amazing.
Member businesses, definitely check them out. I know they're up in the north. People are so weird about crossing rivers. They're like, it's so far away, and it's like, it's equidistant to where you go.
Parkville is like a Hallmark movie. You have to go there. I mean, it is like the most precious. We took the swing there for the first time this summer. I guess it was fall. Oh my God. It was like a picturesque movie. There's trains going by. There's a river. There's a tiny little main street. It's literally Main Street. And they actually have one of the best French restaurants, Café des Amis, that I've ever been to in my life.
I've heard of that one. Is it really good?
Oh my God. Yes. I went there for my birthday. Thank you to my Dutch mama who gave us a gift card, and we got on a date there, and it was it's been there forever. I mean, it's been there, I don't know how many years. I don't want to mess up, but at least 20 years.
Yeah.
That's hard for a restaurant to be around that long.
But specifically love Parkville Coffee, woman-owned. And actually, when you go in, they have different little woman-owned products available. So that's kind of fun. But they have this coffee blend. And I was like, I didn't know that you did this, but very cool.
That in our gift guide.
Katie, I want to do something with you. Okay. All right. So for those of you who don't know, Katie and I, our relationship exists outside of this moment in time. We're friends.
Yeah, we're friends.
But I want to tell you about this. Have you ever heard of a company called Zen Donkey Farms?
Yes.
Okay.
Kombucha, right?
Like they do like healthy juices and things like that, and a portion of their proceeds goes to their nonprofit that serves donkeys, which is like so random, but I love it. Like everybody hears about the horses, but what about the poor donkeys, y'all?
Can we go see these donkeys?
So we can.
Oh my God.
In the experiences section of the IHKC gift guide, I got so excited when I found this. Apparently, they do something that they're about to restart back in spring 2024. They do something called Zen Donkey Wellbeing Wednesdays, where they do a yoga session.
What?
Sundown, and then you get to hang out with donkeys.
We're going
therapy, and I want to go so bad.
I'll go with you. I'll go with you.
Will you do donkey yoga with me? You've heard of goat yoga.
I have heard of and puppy yoga. I've heard of goat yoga, puppy yoga. At least these donkeys, yeah, they're not going to be as small and have to poop as much as those little goats.
Fair. I don't know. I feel like donkeys could probably poop a little bit.
Yeah, but no, let's not.
We're gonna go find out. That's the point.
We're gonna find out.
Well-being kind of way. We've got a couple of different tours available. Like we've got some experiences in there. KC History Tour. Oh, Waldo Thai. That's Pam Liberta, co-owner of one of the best Thai restaurants in the city. They're doing a Christmas in Waldo event. There's a multiple course dinner, $75 per person. But like, can you imagine how delicious that would be?
I want that as well, please. Now.
Yeah. Can we do all of the things in the experiences section? Like I was having so much fun curating these. I was like, I want to do that, and I want to do that, and I want to do that. All right. So we're gonna have fun doing that. And I did want to talk to you a little bit about a couple of things in our experiences, or no, sorry, not experiences, my bad, in our uncommon gifts section.
Okay.
So, have you ever heard of the shark off? I think you know.
Yes. Shay.
Yeah. So like uncommon gifts, that's new this year. We've never had an uncommon gifts section before, but there were a few products that we had that they didn't really fit in a category, like, and I was like, I don't know where to put them, but they were all really unique and like sometimes kind of like even a little odd. But so like for instance, the Shark Off, they make shark repellent jewelry.
Yes.
I had Shay, the
you
founder.
Need that if you're going on a vacation, girl.
If you're going on a vacation and you're worried about, your kids getting a chunk taken out of them by a shark, like you just get them this bracelet. I think you can use it as an anklet too. And it's got this metal. I interviewed Shay for the Startup Hustle podcast once, and this is so cool. It has this metal that when it is immersed in water, comes into contact with water, it lets off a slight electrical charge.
Whoa.
And this electrical charge is indiscernible to humans. Undiscernible. I don't know if it's un or indiscernible. Right. But you can't feel it if you're a human. But sharks, when they get too close to it, it gives them a headache.
Whoa!
It gives them a headache.
That's amazing. How'd they figure that out? It doesn't hurt.
Well, actually, like she goes into it on the podcast, but like it took a lot of trial and error and product development, a lot of science, and I'm just like, I don't understand what you're saying to me, but it sounds really cool. Wow. But yeah, so shark repellent bracelet.
That is very uncommon.
What's that?
That's a very uncommon gift.
It is an uncommon gift. I wanted to talk a little bit about April Marie May. I'm not sure if it's May or May.
I've heard of her. Oh my gosh, what does she make?
Well, so April makes it's an NFC, a digital business card with an NFC tag. And so it's a keychain, and she makes like all different kinds of glittery, fun, creative, cool looking things. But you have this keychain with you. And then once you get around people who have like NFC sensors, or like they pick up your information if you give it to them. And like, I just think that that's so cool.
That's amazing.
But like, I was like, I don't really know where to put this.
Wait, Wait, is it an NFC like those digital tokens you own or something?
Yeah, so that's NFT, and I'm going to be real honest with you and tell you that I do not understand all of the like mechanics behind it. So NFC, near field communication, is a set of wireless technologies to initiate a connection.
Okay, so like maybe I could have an NFC with all my business info on it, kind of.
Yeah, and so that way when you're around people who have devices that can read these things, bam, they've got all the information that they need.
Cool, love it.
I just thought that was neat, and I was like, I don't know where to put it.
Brilliant.
North Studio, I think you've got some products from North Studio in there. Let's see it.
Hold on. Like that.
So while Katie is rounding up North Studio, we're featuring North Studio. They have an adulting planner. And this planner was developed for folks who are neurodivergent and might need to have their considerations taken under advisement when trying to plan. Like if you have ADHD, maybe executive function and planning isn't necessarily your thing, but North Studio has designed these planners for neurodiverse brains. Friends, just a reminder, Katie is the quintessential entrepreneur. She's actually managing her shop right now as we're doing this. And we wanted to continue doing this because we wanted to show that aspect of entrepreneurship. The fact is, often it's just you. And I know that Katie has an amazing assistant who's doing something else right now, Jenny, but definitely have some folks who can't just stop the world, can't stop what they're doing. So when Katie was like, well, I have to manage the shop, I was like, perfect. Let's show them what real entrepreneurship looks like. It's not always pretty. It's not always convenient. So Katie, I was talking about these.
I can't find them. Sorry.
It's okay. But these adulting planners are designed for folks who are neurodivergent. And I just thought that was so neat. I was like,
I need that.
I know, right?
Watching me, I mean, the phone just rang. It was actually one of the vendors who I think is an innovator. She said, hey, do you have one of those ornaments that I gave you left? Because I need it.
Yeah.
He was like, yes, I have 4 left. So this is Caitlin 4.
I have a light
mustache. You have a mustache. You have a mustache, and I have a
light milk mustache. So that's that's really pretty.
Yeah, she painted the skyline with gold. What do you call that? Foil, gold foil.
Yeah.
But yes, that was my phone call. I think that was an innovator. I mean, like, I need one. I sold one, and
awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So, Katie, to close out the show.
Wait, let me say one more thing. This is also a print we have. If we're going with prints,
is that Vanya Soto?
This is our girl Jess Bundy of Beauty Felt.
Nice.
And I just wanted to show you this so that I could then lead in, please, to these. Because, everyone loves a good Taylor Travis. Wait, oh my gosh. I'm like,
it does seem to be at the top of, like, it's part of the Kansas City zeitgeist now. If you don't have
hold on. Everyone that goes in Crown Center literally is like, God, you guys really, oh my God. You guys really love. This one is our bestseller. We don't even have any more at Crown Center. It's me. Hi. Now people are blaming her for our losses, so I don't know about that, but here's our boy and there's our girls.
Yeah. Well, so Katie, we're coming up on the end here. So we've talked about some of the products in the Innovator Gift Guide. I'm going to encourage anybody watching this, definitely check out the Innovator Gift Guide. I dropped a link. You should see it in the comments. Shop local, shop woman owned, shop gender minority owned, shop innovator owned. That's the bottom line.
It's so important.
And so Katie, I want to close on this note. I want to ask you, if you are a member of the community who wants to meaningfully engage and support our very strong, very amazing maker community, what are some ways that you can do that this holiday season?
Okay, so you can come to the Strawberry Swing, number 1, which ends this weekend. We'll be at Crown Center, like we said. It ends up being like 24 hours or something. We're there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can go to our shop Local KC. You can go visit other shops in Brookside, where I am right now. There are 35 locally owned, women-owned businesses in Brookside shops right here. So, I'll just name off a couple. Myself, next door to me is Skin KC. Across the street, up a little bit, is Abby, who owns Lady Buy. Next to her is EB Co. Next to her is the Brookside Toy Store. These are all women or women identifying businesses, and there's more in Crown Center where my other store is. So just making sure you're deliberately going to places where they're locally owned and Innovate Her women owned. It just makes a big difference. It truly does. It allows for us to have amazing holidays. Our Crown Center store, I don't really talk about KPIs much or like data from I don't know. I like talking about the makers more than all that stuff. But our Crown Center store alone, we opened it April 1st. We were opening it hoping that the draft was going to bring us millions of dollars. But guess who brought us not millions, but thousands? Taylor Swift concert, not the draft. We have paid out almost $350,000 to local artists and makers from our store there because it's more of a consignment since April 1. That is huge. These people are being able to do what they want to do full time, and that's the goal. is get people to do what they want to do, what they love, and it will just be such a great gift.
Well, so support makers by buying local. I'm going to tell you, as somebody who doesn't always have a lot of extra fundage around, like one of the easiest ways that you can support makers is by sharing their stories.
Yes, share.
Your personal vouch to, you know, things that you've purchased, things that you like, things that you're interested in. But shout that shit out to your networks, that social media, talking to your friends, being like, hey, this is a really amazing product that I just heard about. So being a champion, that's free. My friends, that is a very easy thing to do. So shop local, be a champion, make sure that we are empowering our maker community to keep on making the kind of products that we love.
Exactly.
You know, shop local, shop innovator this season.
Lauren, you do have a gold mustache right now, and I'm
I know, it's hilarious. I like it's exactly that, and I'm like, I actually keep on trying to like put it around my teeth because look at how white it makes my teeth look.
Can you lean forward a little bit? I want to see.
Hold on.
There it is. Everyone, and please share Innovator out too, because Lauren works her little gold mustache booty off to share all these women-owned businesses with you. So please just share us all out. And like if you can't go to the swing this weekend, just share. Be like, hey, there's gonna be 50 local artists here. Go down there.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, friends, check out the gift guide. Please give it a share, give it a look, give it 5 looks, and then support the local makers and artisans who populate the Innovator KC gift guide. We really appreciate it. Katie, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy entrepreneurial schedule to chat with us. Quit laughing about the mustache.
Amazing. It's amazing. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I love you.
I'm like, I can hear you thinking it in your head. I'm like, stop it. But at any rate, thank you for taking the time to chat with us and make fun of my mustache.
I love you all.
Catch you later, friends. Thanks for checking out IHKC Live.